Hey everyone, I'm Angus,
Zach.
and we just saw Arctic and Cold Pursuit. We're gonna review both. I guess we'll start out with Cold Pursuit.
Yeah.
What did you think of this movie?
Very interesting, I guess. It's not at all what I expected. Even like going in, like some of the commercials make it out to be an action movie, like a Liam Neeson revenge movie, and I saw bits that made it look like a goofy slapstick comedy, and it's not really those kind of things. It's like almost like a hodgepodge
Yeah,
of those things,
it's like
but like
John Wick and Fargo.
yeah, it's very much very much reminded me of Fargo. Yeah, I guess we're kind of doing this one first because this is the one I had the least to say about. It was good. I recommend it.
Yeah, I really liked it. It's just I don't really know how to explain it other than saying it was weird and it's advertised as a totally different thing. It's a lot funnier than I expected. Found myself laughing a lot. There's a running joke about a kill count popping up on screen that was very funny.
That was really well done.
And like Neeson's good as always.
Yeah,
he's
very
good.
good.
He's good at doing the vengeful grandpa role, which he's been doing for quite a while now. Perhaps a few too many times because some of the movies aren't so good.
Yeah, this one is definitely a huge step above some of his other ones.
I think this one, Nonstop, and Taken are probably like the best three in terms of those kind of things.
I mean, like even comparing it to like what was it last year was Commuter. That movie was like painfully average. It wasn't anything.
Yeah, this
terrible.
one's a lot better.
This one's a much better movie than that.
I enjoyed this a lot more. Besides him, like the supporting cast was fun too. I liked the guy who sort of played the villain in it. He was a bit of a cartoon character, but it worked considering the movie was a bit more comedic in tone. He's obsessed with his son's dietary health and all that stuff, and it was kind of funny to watch for that reason.
Yeah, that's like because it's hard to go into this movie without explaining everything. But if we explain everything, it's just kind of spoiling the movie. And I think we recommend going to see this in theaters.
Yeah, I think part of the fun of watching this was that I didn't really know where it was going because the trailers are so different from what the movie is. I was actually really into it because I was like, this is not what I was expecting at all, and I wasn't able to really predict where it was going, even down to the point that it has a very abrupt ending. Kind of ends on a weird punchline. And I could see the ending, I guess, throwing some people and making them kind of upset with it because it doesn't answer all the questions you have necessarily, but I thought it kind of worked.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Like, for the tone the movie had set up, it worked for what it was doing. Apart from that, I don't know what else to say about this one.
Yeah, me neither.
I guess you want to just score it up?
Sure. I guess just to finally wrap it up, go watch it. It's a good movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give it a solid 7.
Yeah, me too. I'd give this a 7 out of 10.
Yeah. Definitely worth seeing. It's one of the good movies that's out right now. Speaking of other good movies, we also saw Arctic, starring Mads Mikkelsen, and he killed in this movie.
Yeah, he was amazing in this film. I love this film. I didn't go into this film seeing any trailers at all. I didn't really even know the whole synopsis of the film, but basically just to get it out quick, he's stranded in the Arctic. His plane crashed, and he's basically trying to survive and get communications so he can get rescued. And then another chopper comes in and crashes, and he finds a woman who he takes in and tries to help nurse back to health. And he decides, okay, I'm gonna go. He finds this map, and he finds this base on the map that he's gonna try and take himself and the woman to the base across the Arctic.
Yeah.
And
it's a very simple story.
Very simple story.
It's told with very little dialogue.
It's really, really well done. Super effective. I liked the fact that I talked to you about this off camera before recording. I liked how it didn't, like with a lot of movies like this, like that are usually kind of like based off true stories and stuff like that, they always do like a day 1, day 2, day 10 or whatever. Didn't do any of that at all. It was like it used visual storytelling to do that.
Yeah, it doesn't overdo the exposition at all, even down to the point of like him crashing there. Rather than doing flashbacks and showing, oh, he was with someone else, they just show him walk up to a pile of rocks every couple of days and sort of say hey to it, which you're supposed to presume is whoever was with him and didn't make it. The movie's very much a show don't tell.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
a perfect example of that. It's that in motion.
Very much don't tell. There's very, very little dialogue in the movie.
But when it is there, it's it's suitable.
Yeah, absolutely.
This movie didn't do the annoying cliche of having the main character constantly have to say everything out loud to fill the audience in on what they're doing. Instead, you just watch what they're doing.
Exactly.
And you figure it out that way. And like I said, Mads Mikkelsen's performance, fantastic. I don't know that this is necessarily his best role, but it's definitely one of his best.
Yeah.
I also visually, film looks great.
Absolutely, yes,
all
definitely.
the sets and stuff like that, gorgeous. I don't know if they actually shot it anywhere in the Arctic. Probably not. Probably in Alaska or something like that. But it's very well shot. All the landscapes are very nice looking and real looking, and there's no overexposure considering the whole thing's shot on snow.
Yeah.
I also liked the soundtrack in it.
Yeah,
it was
beautiful.
It was used sparingly. It wasn't present throughout the entire movie, but when it was used, it really emphasized what was going on, and especially towards the end. Which one of the first things I said to you when we walked out of it was I was surprised how emotional I got over it, and I think a large part of that was the score.
Yeah,
toward the end,
I agree.
It definitely helped build everything up, and got to a point at the end where not necessarily that I was going to cry or anything, but I was definitely emotionally invested to a point that I got a little bit emotional.
Me too. Yeah, definitely by the end. Like, because you see him go through just so much, and you just really want him to survive.
He's just so determined.
Yeah.
So you're rooting for him.
And, yeah, like, I love that, like, how you could see how determined he is, but you don't have to hear him say how determined he is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love this film. I was really surprised at how they approached it, and how... Yeah, it was a lot of show, don't tell, and I was really happy that they did... Yeah, they did mainly rely on visuals and not just dialogue to tell the story, which was phenomenal.
I think anyone who liked The Revenant or All Is Lost would probably really like this, because it has a lot in common with those two, more so with All Is Lost, especially the ending. But it also kind of had a Revenant vibe to the whole thing, with just this one character enduring so much shit, even down to the point that there's a bear involved.
That's one thing I liked too. I was worried because you see the polar bear kind of show up at the beginning of the movie, and I kind of thought that it was going to be like, oh, he's going to be like a constant threat throughout the entire movie. He only shows up one other time, and it's like kind of like right before like the third act starts, I guess, or like right at the beginning of the third act. It's not like the final showdown is with him and the bear, and it's like that's the final escape. It's like it's just a little part.
Yeah, it's not the gray where he's fighting polar bears the whole movie.
Yeah.
It's more about him fighting nature itself than it is about this one bear or whatever. But yeah, really, really good movie.
Phenomenal.
Highly recommend seeing it if it opens in a city near you. I'm not sure if it's got like a wide release at all. It's only playing in like one theater here in Toronto. But if you get a chance to see it, absolutely check it out on a big screen. Otherwise, if you get a chance to check it on a VOD, do that too.
Go watch the film.
Yeah. I guess ratings?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess a solid 8.5.
Yeah.
Maybe possibly 9 after rewatch.
Nice. I'll go for an 8 for now. I could see my rating on this possibly going up, but I'll give it a solid 8 for now. I really liked it. It's definitely one of the best things I've seen this year so far, for sure. So yeah, definitely go check it out. We both really liked it. Guess that wraps it up.
Yep.
This is a bit quicker than usual because I don't think both of these movies had too much to dig into or pull apart or anything like that. And we were relatively on the same page with both of them. So sorry it's a bit short, but leave our social media and all that stuff down below. You can check out what else we've been watching on Letterboxd and Twitter, and we'll catch you guys next time.
See ya.